तो हेलो एंड अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, my name is मोहम्मद दिली and मैं वाला is digital marketing वाला. I'm student at Rehan School Islamabad campus level 1. Today we do call interview with call any. Our call any topic is wow. So let's get started. Hello ChatGPT.
Hey there, how's it going?
Okay ChatGPT, my first question for you is what year was World of Warcraft released?
World of Warcraft was released on November 23rd, 2004.
Okay, ChatGPT, good answer. And my next question for you is, which company developed and published WoW?
World of Warcraft was developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment.
Okay, ChatGPT, good answer. And my next question for you is, what is the maximum level in the latest expansion? Give me long and proper answer.
The latest expansion for World of Warcraft is Dragonflight, released on November 28th, 2022. In this expansion, the maximum level cap was raised to 70. This new level cap reflects the expansion's focus on the return of the dragons and the Dragon Isles, where players can explore rich, new environments and uncover ancient secrets tied to Azeroth's past. Dragonflight introduces a number of new features, such as the Drakthire race, which has its own unique class called the Evoker, and also a renewed focus on talent trees, giving players more customization options for their characters. The level cap increase to 70 also comes with a range of new dungeons, raids, and a plethora of quests and achievements to help players level up their characters. So with Dragonflight, the journey to reach level 70 has been streamlined, but there's still plenty of content waiting to be explored at max level, from advanced gear to powerful abilities.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is, what are the two main functions in WoW?
In World of Warcraft, the two main functions or roles that players typically focus on are damage dealing, DPS, and support roles, which include healing and tanking. 1 DPS, damage per second. This is the role focused on dealing damage to enemies. DPS players aim to defeat foes as quickly as possible, whether in solo play, dungeons, or raids. This can be further broken down into melee DPS and ranged DPS, depending on the character's abilities and playstyle. 2. Support roles. Healers. Healers focus on restoring health to their team members, ensuring that tanks and DPS can continue their roles without being defeated. Healers need to manage their resources and respond quickly to damage in order to keep their allies alive during tough fights. Tanks. Tanks take on the responsibility of absorbing damage from enemies. They engage the enemies directly, keeping their attention aggro, while the DPS and healers do their jobs. Tanks need to be durable and have abilities to mitigate damage, control enemies, and protect their team. These roles are crucial for success in group content, like dungeons, raids, and player versus player PvP combat. Most groups generally consist of a balance between these roles.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is, what is the name of the world where most of WoW takes place?
The world where most of World of Warcraft takes place is called Azeroth. It's a rich and diverse world, filled with various continents and regions, each with its own unique cultures, landscapes, and histories. Azeroth is home to many races and factions, such as the Alliance and the Horde, and it has been the backdrop for most of the game's expansions. The world itself is divided into different zones, including well-known places like Stormwind, Orgrimmar, Dalaran, and Shatrath, among many others. Over time, the story of Azeroth has evolved, with new threats and challenges arising, keeping players constantly engaged in the world's unfolding history.
Okay, ChatGPT, good answer. And my next question for you is, Which races were available in the original WoW vanilla?
In the original World of Warcraft vanilla, there were 8 playable races, 4 for each of the 2 main factions. Alliance races: 1. Humans, balanced, versatile, and strong in many professions. 2. Dwarves, tough and resilient with a focus on mining and engineering. 3. Night elves, stealthy and agile, deeply connected to nature and magic. 4. Gnomes, small, intelligent, and skilled in engineering and technology. Horde races: 1. Orcs, fierce and strong, originally driven by war but seeking redemption. 2. Undead, forsaken, former humans who have been resurrected with a focus on dark magic. 3. Tauren, large, nature loving creatures who live in harmony with the earth. 4. Trolls, agile and cunning, with a rich culture and a connection to voodoo magic. These races form the foundation of the game, each with its own unique abilities, lore, and starting zones, helping to shape the story of Azeroth right from the start.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my
It
next
seems
question.
like something might have been unclear. Could you clarify what you meant by "this transcript may not be transcripted"? I'd be happy to help.
Okay, ChatGPT, my next question for you is okay, ChatGPT, my next question for you is what are the racial abilities of the elves?
It seems like there might have been a mix up with the text. Could you please clarify what you meant or provide more details? I'm here to help.
Okay, ChatGPT, my next question for you is what are the racial abilities of the elves?
The Night Elves in World of Warcraft have several unique racial abilities that reflect their deep connection to nature and their mystical heritage. Here are the racial abilities available to Night Elves. 1. Shadow Meld. This ability allows Night Elves to become stealthed while standing still. It's similar to a sneak mode, where enemies can't see them unless they take certain actions. It's particularly useful in both PvP and PvE situations. 2. Quickness. This racial passive increases a Night Elf's dodge chance by 2%. It makes them harder to hit, giving them an edge in combat. 3. Wisp Spirit. Upon death, Night Elves turn into a wisp, which moves faster than a regular spirit and allows them to travel to their corpse more quickly, making the resurrection process faster. 4. Nature Resistance. Night Elves have an increased resistance to nature damage, reducing the amount of damage they take from nature based attacks. 5. Elusiveness in certain expansions. This racial ability reduces the duration of all movement impairing effects, making it harder for enemies to slow or snare Night Elves in combat. These racial abilities make the Night Elves well suited for both agility based roles, like DPS and tanking, as well as being a powerful choice for classes that rely on stealth, like rogues and druids.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is which class can use shape shifting abilities? Please give me long and proper answer.
The class in World of Warcraft that can use shape shifting abilities is the Druid. Druids are unique in that they can transform into different animal forms, each with specific abilities that make them versatile in various roles. This shape shifting feature is central to the Druid class and allows them to adapt to different situations, whether in combat or for utility purposes. Here are the key shape shifting forms available to Druids. 1. Bear form. This form allows Druids to transform into a large, powerful bear, gaining increased health and armor, making them ideal for the tank role. While in bear form, the Druid can generate threat and absorb damage, which makes them the perfect class for protecting other party members in dungeons and raids. 2. Cat form. In cat form, Druids take on the appearance of a sleek, fast cat, which boosts their agility and allows them to deal significant damage as a DPS damage dealer. This form is useful for melee attacks, offering high mobility, energy regeneration, and a variety of abilities that enhance their DPS output. 3. Travel form. This form gives the druid increased movement speed, making it useful for traveling across the world more quickly. It is available early in the game and is a great tool for exploration, particularly in outdoor areas where speed is essential. 4. Aquatic form. When transformed into aquatic form, druids gain the ability to swim faster and breathe underwater, which makes it useful for exploring bodies of water or completing underwater quests. 5. Flight form. This form, available to druids at higher levels, allows them to fly through the air, significantly improving travel speed in the air, much like a flying mount. It's particularly beneficial in the later stages of the game for quickly moving between locations in zones that allow flight. 6. Moonkin form. Available to druids who specialize in balance, a druid spec focused on casting spells, Moonkin form transforms the druid into a large, owl-like creature. This form boosts spellcasting abilities, increasing the druid's mana regeneration and casting power, allowing them to perform as effective ranged DPS. 7. Tree of Life form. This form is primarily used by druids who specialize in restoration healing. In Tree of Life form, the druid gains enhanced healing abilities, making them a more effective healer in both PvE and PvP content. 8. Guardian form. In certain expansions, this is a tanking-oriented form that provides additional defensive abilities and passive buffs for druids specializing in the Guardian spec. A druid's ability to shapeshift allows them to seamlessly switch between different roles depending on the situation, whether that be dealing damage, tanking, healing, or improving mobility. This versatility makes druids one of the most unique and flexible classes in World of Warcraft, able to adapt to nearly any group composition or gameplay scenario. The shape-shifting mechanic also plays into their deep connection with nature, symbolizing their bond with the natural world and the animals within it.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is, what is the only class that can equip male armor from level 1? Please give me long and proper answer.
The only class in World of Warcraft that can equip male armor from level 1 is the Shaman. Shamans are a unique class, deeply connected to the elements, and their ability to wear male armor from the very beginning reflects their role as versatile spellcasters and frontline combatants. At the start of their journey, shamans have access to a variety of abilities that let them deal damage, heal, and provide utility to their allies. However, their ability to equip male armor is one of the key distinctions that set them apart from other spellcasting classes, such as mages and priests who can only wear cloth, and warlocks and paladins who wear different types of armor at various stages. Here's a deeper look at why this is significant. 1. Toughness and survivability. Male armor provides a substantial increase in armor value compared to cloth, making shamans more resilient and able to take more damage while in combat. This gives them an edge in terms of survivability compared to other spellcasters who are often more fragile. 2. Versatility. Shamans are known for their adaptability, as they can perform a variety of roles. They can deal damage through elemental magic, fire, water, earth, heal their allies, or even tank in specific situations. With male armor, shamans can function both as spellcasters and as melee fighters. This flexibility allows them to be on the front lines or provide support from a distance. 3. Class specializations. Shamans have access to 3 distinct talent specializations, specs, that further define how they use their armor. Elemental, focused on casting spells, particularly damage dealing spells from the elemental school, fire, lightning. Enhancement, focused on melee combat while using the power of the elements to enhance their physical attacks. This spec emphasizes the combination of spellcasting and close combat, and the ability to wear male armor supports this. Restoration, focused on healing, using nature-based magic to restore health to allies. 4. Historical context. In the early days of World of Warcraft, shamans were originally only available to the Horde. However, with the release of the Burning Crusade expansion, shamans were made available to the Alliance as well. And the unique ability to wear male armor at level 1 became a distinguishing feature for the class. 5. Comparisons to other classes. While other classes can wear male armor in World of Warcraft as they level up, shamans are the only ones who have access to male armor from the beginning of the game. Other classes, like hunters, can eventually equip male armor at a higher level, level 40, but not right from level 1, which is the key distinction for shamans. In conclusion, the shamans are the ones who can equip male armor Shaman class stands out as the only one that can equip male armor right from the start. This ability complements their diverse skill set, whether they're healing allies, summoning elemental forces, or engaging in melee combat. The male armor increases their durability and helps them function in various roles across different types of content, making them an essential and flexible choice for players.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is, what special ability do goblins have that allows quick movement? Please give me long and proper answer.
The special ability that goblins have in World of Warcraft, which allows for quick movement, is called Rocket Jump. This racial ability reflects the goblins' affinity for technology and their love of creating powerful, often explosive gadgets. Rocket Jump allows goblins to propel themselves a short distance forward, which gives them both mobility and a unique tactical advantage in various situations. Here's a detailed look at Rocket Jump and how it enhances goblins in gameplay. 1. Increased mobility. Rocket Jump allows goblins to quickly close the gap between themselves and an enemy or retreat to a safer position. By launching themselves forward, they can avoid being caught in danger or escape from combat situations. It's especially useful in both PvP, player versus, and PvE, player versus environment content, where positioning is key. For example, goblins can use Rocket Jump to quickly cross terrain, avoid being surrounded, or escape tight situations in dungeons or raids. 2. Tactical advantage. In addition to aiding in quick escapes, Rocket Jump can be used strategically to get the upper hand in combat. For instance, melee characters or range classes can use Rocket Jump to gain a better position, reach an enemy more effectively, or avoid environmental hazards such as traps or incoming damage from enemies. The ability to reposition instantly makes goblins excellent at kiting enemies or confusing opponents in PvP combat. 3. Technological flair. Goblins are known for their expertise in explosives, gadgets, and mechanical engineering. Rocket Jump fits perfectly with the goblin theme of using technology to achieve quick results. This ability showcases their creative approach to problem solving, often using things like rockets, bombs, and other devices to gain an advantage over their enemies. The ability to shoot themselves forward with rockets ties in nicely with their lore and their culture, which places high value on the use of technology to alter the environment to their benefit. 4. Cooldown and limitations. While Rocket Jump is incredibly useful, it does come with a cooldown, meaning players can't use it constantly. This ensures that the ability is balanced and requires players to think carefully about when to use it. Additionally, Rocket Jump can only propel the goblin forward in a straight line, and it may not always be effective in more complicated or enclosed spaces. That said, it's a powerful tool when used at the right time, especially when dealing with a large open area or when needing to quickly escape danger. 5. Role in combat and exploration. Rocket Jump is especially useful for DPS, damage dealers, and hunters who need to quickly reposition in combat situations. However, it's also a valuable asset for exploration purposes, as goblins can use it to cross gaps or reach areas that would otherwise be difficult to access. For example, in certain zones or dungeons where terrain might block a player's path, Rocket Jump allows goblins to skip over obstacles and keep moving swiftly. 6. Unique to goblins. Rocket Jump is a racial ability exclusive to the goblin race, which means that no other race in the game has access to this ability. It's a defining feature that makes goblins stand out among other races, emphasizing their reliance on technology and quick thinking. For players who enjoy mobility and a bit of chaotic fun, Rocket Jump adds an exciting layer to goblin gameplay. In conclusion, Rocket Jump is one of the standout racial abilities for goblins in World of Warcraft. It gives them a unique edge in movement, whether for tactical combat, escaping danger, or navigating through the world. The ability reflects the goblins' love for gadgets and their expertise in using technology to solve problems in creative and sometimes explosive ways. This makes goblins a fun and dynamic race to play, especially for players who enjoy fast paced action and strategic positioning.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is, who is the current worship of the Sorry, this is not my question. My question is, who leads the night elves after the burning of Teldrassil?
After the burning of Teldrassil in the events of World of Warcraft, Battle for Azeroth, the leader of the Night Elves is Maiev Shadowsong. Maiev was originally the warden responsible for imprisoning Illidan's Stormrage and has long been a prominent figure in Night Elf lore. She was a fierce protector of her people, and after the tragic destruction of Teldrassil, where the capital city of Darnassus was consumed by fire as part of the Horde's attack, Maiev stepped into a more central leadership role. However, Tyrande Whisperwind, the previous leader of the Night Elves and the High Priestess of Elune, is still very much active. Tyran's leadership role had been temporarily sidelined during the events surrounding the burning of Teldrassil, but after the devastating loss, she became even more resolute in leading her people and seeking vengeance for the tragedy. Tyrande takes the role of the Night Elves' spiritual leader and military commander, becoming one of the central figures driving the Night Elf resistance against the Horde. In summary, after Teldrassil's destruction, Tyrande Whisperwind remains the central leader of the Night Elves, with Maiev Shadowsong stepping into a more active leadership role as well. Tyran's journey after this event includes her transformation into the Night Warrior, a manifestation of Elune's vengeance, in order to aid her people and take the fight to the Horde.
Okay, ChatGPT, great answer. And my next question for you is, what is the capital city of the undead Forsaken? Please give me long and proper answer.
The capital city of the undead Forsaken in World of Warcraft is Undercity. It is the heart of the Forsaken's power and serves as their primary base of operations in the world of Azeroth. Undercity is located beneath the ruins of the ancient human capital of Lord Aron, deep within the Tirisfal Glades, a region in the northern part of the Eastern Kingdoms. History of Undercity. Undercity was originally the city of Lordaeron, a prosperous and proud kingdom of humans. However, the city fell during the Third War when the Scourge, led by the Death Knight Arthas Menethil, laid waste to the kingdom. The once vibrant city was reduced to ruins after Arthas raised the majority of its population as undead soldiers, including the royal family, who became part of the Lich King's army. After the fall of Lord Aeron, the Forsaken, a group of undead who broke free of the Lich King's control, established Undercity as their new home. These undead, led by Sylvanas Windrunner, the former High Elf Ranger General, sought to reclaim their autonomy and freedom from the Lich King. Sylvanas and her followers made Undercity their stronghold, turning it into a thriving capital that reflects their eerie and macabre nature. Layout and features. Undercity is located beneath the ruined city of Lordaeron, which is why it has a distinctive underground theme. The city is built into the ancient catacombs and tunnels of the original human capital, with its layout consisting of various interconnected chambers, sewers, and darkened passageways. The architecture is Gothic, with ominous lighting, decayed walls, and reminders of the city's tragic history. Some notable locations within Undercity include 1. The Throne Room. This is where Sylvanas Windrunner rules over the Forsaken. The throne room is located in the central chamber, a massive hall with haunting banners and dimly lit spaces. It is here where players can meet Sylvanas and interact with her as the leader of the Forsaken. 2. The Apothecarium. This area of Undercity is where the Forsaken conduct experiments and create various potions and concoctions, often using dark and forbidden magic. It plays a key role in their scientific and alchemical advancements, particularly concerning the plague and other arcane practices. 3. The Royal Quarter. This quarter houses the remnants of Lordaeron's royal family and serves as a place for Forsaken officials and other important figures to gather. The area has a more somber tone, reflecting the city's grim history. 4. The sewers. As with most underground cities, Undercity has an extensive sewer system that is used for travel and trade by its inhabitants. It's a dark and perilous place where various creatures dwell. Role in the Forsaken story. Undercity serves as the capital of the Forsaken faction within the Horde. After their formation, the Forsaken made Undercity their political and military center, organizing their forces for their struggle for survival and dominance in a world that once shunned them. It is an undercity where many Forsaken missions are given to players, particularly those who are part of the Horde, and it plays a central role in several of the game's storylines, particularly those relating to Sylvanas and her leadership. As the Forsaken's capital, Undercity symbolizes the Forsaken's defiance against their fate as mindless servants of the Lich King. It stands as a testament to their will to live on, despite the horrors they have suffered, and their continued desire for vengeance against their enemies. Nav Tatter Undercity in World of Warcraft events. Undercity also plays a significant role in several key moments in World of Warcraft lore. During the battle for Lord Aaron in Battle for Azeroth, the Forsaken capital was briefly taken by the Alliance after a major siege led by Jaina Proudmoore, marking a significant turning point in the ongoing conflict between the Alliance and Horde. In the Cataclysm expansion, the Forsaken, under Sylvanas' leadership, began to expand their influence and launched several attacks to reclaim more land for the Horde, with Undercity remaining their focal point. Conclusion: Undercity is more than just a capital city for the Forsaken. It is a symbol of their tragic origins, their resilience, and their desire for vengeance. It is a place filled with dark history, where the Forsaken, led by Sylvanas Windrunner, have made their home and forged their path in Azeroth. As the undead capital, it serves as both a sanctuary and a symbol of the Forsaken's strength, determination, and their ongoing struggle for freedom and survival. You're very welcome. It was a pleasure answering your questions and chatting with you. If you ever have more questions in the future, feel free to reach out. Take care and goodbye.